Well, I know you're not supposed to ever give up or count a team out, but with 17:30 into the third period down 2-0, when Taylor Hall, former Bruin, scores a nice goal to make it 3-0, kind of took the wind out of the sails at TD Garden. That was his 5th goal of the season, and the Carolina Hurricanes win, beating Boston on home ice 3-1 the final. Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com with Billy and Barry. I'm Sophia here in our Wasabi studios. We heard Brick say it, and I'm going to repeat it because it was kind of summing up the game. It was Carolina that really found their game and played their game in this garden, on this ice at TD Garden.
Yeah, especially in the second period.
Yes.
It kind of felt in the first at times, I won't speak for you, but kind of felt like we were just waiting for Carolina to really get it going.
Bruins were hanging around, right?
Hanging.
Yeah.
Hanging. But you knew that Carolina, if they got that first one, that it would probably be theirs. It just felt like it, at least to me, partner.
I agree.
And they went in the locker room, and I think they said, all right, we did this, we did that. Now let's take advantages. And Carolina did that. That second period was clinical as far as Carolina goes, playing hockey. Aggressive, nonstop, stretch, pressure, everything you can want, physical enough, not crushing you. But, Barry, we saw what makes them, and they're very deep. And they're not perfectly healthy, but they're a lot more healthy than the Bees are.
They are. The Bruins are banged up, obviously, but Carolina still doesn't have Slavin or Chatfield.
Right.
That's two pretty good defensemen.
Yep.
However, I think, to your point, I think we saw why Carolina and New Jersey are, two of the top teams in the East right now. Carolina's 6-1-1 in their last 8. They're playing good hockey. When you look at the stat sheet, it looks kind of even. It was shots were 32-30 and whatever.
You can do anything with numbers.
Correct. But that wasn't the way. Carolina put on a clinic. They dominated the second period. That's where they took control of the game. And the Bruins gave it a good effort in that third period. There was no quit in them. They kept working hard. However, when you're this, beat up, when you're losing 3 of your top 6 forwards, your top defenseman, it's going to make it tough, even when you're healthy. This is a tough game against Carolina.
I think you could see it many times there, so the pressure of the pace, the consistent pace of Carolina mess with the Bruins, and in particular their first passes. They tried eventually to start making long plays. How many long passes they try to make, and Carolina jump them at the line or shut it down. They couldn't. The Bruins couldn't just ever really get flow going. Yeah,
and I'll definitely wear you out in a different way. This is the second time the Bruins are seeing the Hurricanes this season. They won the first game, lost this one, of course, for the power play on November 1st, 0 for 1. Tonight, 1 for 4. Penalty kill, 1 for 1, and 2 for 2, guys. In the third period, they were trying to get things going. They did have some chances, some passes that just couldn't get completed.
Yeah, they did. They outshot them 14-9. We said that they came out. They changed some lines, Billy. Here you have Pasternak playing with Mitten. I think it was Junot, right?
Yep.
And that line, the top line, struggled in that second period. They were -2. And so they had to try and do something to, make some changes and get things going. They had some opportunities, especially early. If you get one early, maybe you can kind of really get things going. But they weren't to be, and they had some really good looks, some good opportunities, and even a couple, from the point. I can remember Lindholm having a couple of good shots. But I thought they made too many plays. Here you're going to have a good opportunity right here. Just couldn't finish it. But I thought the Bruins, as you and I were talking, were making too many plays up high.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout the game, and it was costing them problems.
But, that's a great example right there of what we would consider a good chance potential.
Yeah.
But then doesn't get much of a shot off. It's like Carolina made them work so hard. The Carolina, to their credit, boy, did they do a good job, middle of the ice, holding on to things. Like right there, there's an opportunity that was nice butt. And the Bruins, I just felt never got fully comfortable. In fact, at times I think because they were expecting it to be jumped on, they either burped up the puck, gave it up quickly, or held on to it just a little too long. They were thinking.
And we're always talking about the Bruins. You get structures and layers, and you're connected, and you're controlling your gaps. Carolina did that very, very well tonight.
Yeah, and we were talking about in intermissions, and I was actually asking you off camera a little bit about their stifling defensive style, how they play. It's definitely very aggressive.
Yeah, it is. Stick the puck constantly, and there's no backup in their game.
Nope.
They want up. They want pressure up. They want gap control. They want to get it, and the first look is usually not east-west. It's back north. And if they can get it back in, they do that right away. So look at right here again. They're at lines. They're marking lines. They're stepping up. They're making sure that they get it in deep. It's a simple yet difficult way to play, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. And you know, how many times did we see the Bruins try and stretch things? We saw a couple of highlights there when you do in the neutral zone. The forward gets high. The defense tries to make that long pass. He can't go anywhere because Carolina is right on him. There's just no speed. You're standing still. And a stifling defense will do this to you.
Yeah, and then they kick back the other way. Again, see right there, meeting at the line. Second guy. And boy, that... So many times Carolina came back through middle of ice. What that means, Soph, is that when they're pushing up a play and maybe they lose it a little bit, they don't go wide. They come back through the middle of the ice. And so numbers are coming back through the middle of the ice, pressuring the forwards into their defensemen, and they kick it back the other way.
All right, guys, it's time to take a look at our Subaru of New England star of the game, Jordan Staal, getting his 5th of the season, 37 years old, and has played a lot of games versus the Boston Bruins, guys. 53 with 9 goals, 19 assists, 2 shorthanded goals, and a game-winning goal. Like I said today, was his 5th of the season.
Yeah, and like we said, Billy, this is a guy that's a warrior. This is a guy that's been in the league a long time because of the way he plays. He's tenacious, he's physical, he's strong, he's a great leader. In a situation where you're going to see here, he's just going to hold off Andrew Peeke with one hand and then use the other hand to knock the puck in. That's why he's been in the league so long. He is that good.
Yeah, and he's wide.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just so heavy and hard to move, and Peeke is trying to push him with 2 arms. Look, see how he's getting underneath him. Peeke is, 6'2"? Maybe 6'3"? 6'3", and Stahl's 6'4", but it's just bigger there, and he gets the arm free. That's the other thing, too. Peeke had gotten underneath, and he lost a little leverage there, but he gets that arm. But, Stahl, ho-hum, another 15-something minutes. He's their captain. He's their third-line guy. He gets them going. He had a good game. Taylor Hall had a good game. He had a goal and assist. Kochetkov a good game, but we gave it to Stahl for getting that goal.
How about Jarvis and Aho?
And Jarvis and Aho. Yeah, that line.
Yeah, Jarvis had at least 2-3 breakaways.
Yeah, only, yeah.
Only, yeah, just. Mark Jankowski, we talked about playing in Hockey East.
Yeah, Providence College.
He got his first of the season, making it 2-0. It was the game.
Oh,
winner.
yeah, and that right there typified the whole evening. Right there, Boston on a normal night gets that puck, Billy. He goes on the breakaway, and he just misses it there. They get the puck from point to point and get it down in front. And Jankowski's able to kind of stop it with his body, and then Swayman has no chance because he's playing the original shot. He can't see it, and then bang, he roofs it. But again, Pasta had that opportunity up high on a normal night. He gets it, and off to the races he goes.
Yeah, and I think Geeky thought that he may have had it too, but then, on the first pass across, but then the Bruins, when it goes side to side and Pasta doesn't make that play, then they've got too many guys up high. Jankowski's by himself down there. But yeah, normally, hopefully Pasta gets that, goes for break.